Hello everyone, I again welcome you all in the video series of Raspberry Pi. Till now we have seen how to connect the LED, how can we on and off the LED at a particular time interval. Also we saw that how we can through the PWM how can we gradually increase the brightness of the LED. Now, in this video, we are going to see how to interface the infrared uh, sensor, that is IR sensor, to our Raspberry Pi. So, IR sensor is basically used for detection of any object that comes in front of the IR sensor. Okay. So here we will connect the IR sensor with our Raspberry Pi, and we will create an hindrance on an object in front of the IR sensor, and we observe that whether the IR sensor is properly sensing the data or not. Okay, so let's begin. So here we can see that we have already seen this GPIO pin diagram, and we saw that there are 40 pins. There are 40 pins in the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so in these pins we have already seen that some pins are used for the power supply, some pins are used for the general purpose input output. Okay, so here we see the connections, the circuit diagram of IR sensor with the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so here this is the IR sensor. This is the IR sensor. The IR sensor is having three pins, that is known as out pin, this is ground pin, and this is VCC pin. Okay, VCC is simply power supply, ground pin is for complete the circuit, and this is the out pin. Here whatever the object is detected by the IR sensor, this out pin is used to detect whether the object has been detected properly or not. So this out pin, either we will get 1 for detection and 0 if the IR sensor have not detected anything. So here we can see we can connect the VCC pin to any of the VCC pin. For example, in the diagram, here you can see we can connect with pin number 2 having 5 volt supply, pin number 4, okay, pin number 1 have 3.3 volts of supply. So we can connect any of the pin. So in this circuit we have connected VCC pin to pin number 4. Okay. Now this is IR sensor ground pin, and we have connected IR sensor ground pin with pin number 6. So here you can see the pin number 6 is basically the ground pin. So you can connect also the ground pin of the IR sensor to pin number 14, because this is also a ground pin, pin number 20, pin number 30, pin number 34. Okay, so you can connect to any ground pin, no problem. And this is the out pin sensor, IR sensor out pin. We have connected out pin with the pin number 3, that is GPIO pin number 2. So pin number, because from this pin the Raspberry Pi will sense that whether the IR sensor have detected something or not. Okay, that's why we have to connect this out pin with the general purpose input output pins. Okay, also we can connect a buzzer to the Raspberry Pi, and whenever we detect something, okay, whenever the IR sensor detects something, the buzzer will be on, and if the IR sensor is not detecting anything, in that case the buzzer will be off. So adding buzzer to our Raspberry Pi is an optional. You can connect it or you can just leave it. Okay. So this is the pin diagram. This is the program. Here we can see that we have the imported RPI RPI.GPIO as GPIO. Okay. So why we have imported? Because we are using GPIO pin number 2 for getting the input from the IR sensor whether the IR sensor have been detected or not. That's why we have to include it. As we already seen that we have included this library RPI.gpu, GPIO to the previous programs. Now the second line shows that GPIO.setMode bracket GPIO.board. So I've already told you that we can use the Raspberry Pi pins. We can use the nomenclature of the Raspberry Pi pin as a board pin number or as a GPIO pin number. So if you are using the board pin number, we have to mention it GPIO.board. And if you are using as a GPIO pin number, in that case we have to mention it GPIO.BCM. Okay. So in this case we are using board pins as an input and output. Okay. And obviously you are using board pin number 3 for getting the input from the IR sensor. So I have used 3.GPIO.in that indicate that we are using pin number 3 for inputting the data from the IR sensor. While true for the infinite loop. Okay, the detection will be going on unless we stop it. Okay. Here we have used a variable VAL value that is equal to GPIO.input and 3 is the pin number. So whatever the value that has been detected by the IR sensor, whether the object is present or not, that value will be detected as a 1 or a 0. Okay, and that will be stored in VAL variable, and after that we can print the VAL value on the screen, and it will be print. If it is printing 1, that means we have detected something, and if it is printing 0, that means it is not detected. So let's see the circuit diagram and how we run the program on the simulator. Okay. Okay, now I will show you the connections of IR sensor to the Raspberry Pi. So here you can see that I have already made the connection with the Raspberry Pi with the IR sensor and also with the buzzer. Okay. So what is the connection? That this IR sensor is having 3 pins. Okay, the VCC pin, the ground pin and the out pin. So I have connected the VCC pin, ground pin to the you can see here that here you can see that we will connect the VCC pin to pin number 4, that is obviously the VCC in the Raspberry Pi, the ground pin with the pin number 6, that is ground pin, and the out pin is connected with the pin number 3, that is the GPIO, that is general purpose input output pin number 2. And also we will connect the buzzer with the buzzer is basically having, you can see that buzzer is having this is the buzzer. Okay, so buzzer is having 2 wires, the red wire and the black wire. So the red wire is the out or the data wire, and this is the ground wire. Black is the ground. Okay, so for that I have connected this ground pin to the pin number 9. But I have here you can see that I have connected the ground pin with the same ground pin that the same ground pin by which the IR sensor is connected. So I made the connection at the breadboard. Okay, and I have connected the red one at pin number 5, that is GPIO pin number 3. Okay, so I have made all the connections. I have connected the buzzer and the IR sensor through the breadboard with our Raspberry Pi. Okay. So now we will move to the to the programming part of the uh, uh, of this IR sensor. Okay. So let's move. Okay. So for that I have to open the VNC. Okay. I have opened it, and after opening, open this. This is asking for the authentication. Username is Sheesh, and I will enter the password. Okay, I have entered the password. Okay. Now, okay, leave it. Okay. So we will open a new tab and start the programming. Okay. Okay. So first of all, we have to import the GPIO library, RPI GPIO library. So for that, I will write the command. Okay. Import RPI dot GPIO as GPIO. Okay. Now we have to set the mode of the Raspberry Pi, because we are using the board pin numbering. So I will set board GPIO as a board pin number. Okay. So GPIO dot set mode. Okay. Set mode GPIO dot BOARD. Okay. Now we have to set pin number 3 as an input port, because the the IR sensor is sensing the object that is coming in front of it. That's why I will uh, treat the out pin as an input to the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so I will write GPIO dot setup bracket 3 dot GPIO in 3 dot 3 comma GPIO dot in. Sorry, yeah, it's clear. Okay. Now, and also I will set the pin number 5 as an output pin, because our buzzer is connected with the Raspberry Pi of pin number 5. So we are giving the instruction to the buzzer to beep or not. So in that case, the buzzer will act as an output. Okay. So I will set, I am just copying here. Control C, Control V. So I will treat 5 as an output pin. Okay. Okay. Now Now while true, the R will be small. Okay, while true. Now I will use a variable, for example, val, that is equal to GPIO dot input 3. So whatever the input is coming from the IR sensor, it will be goes into the value. I have inserted the value because I will also print on the screen that whether we have sent some object in the front of the IR sensor or not. That's why I have used this variable. So I will also print value. Okay. Now uh, this is complete. IR sensor is now, we will get the data from the IR sensor. Now I also want to give whether if an object is detected by the IR sensor. In that case, we will give we will on the buzzer, and if the will give the beep to the buzzer, and if the object is not present, in that case the buzzer will be off. Okay, so I will give if value is equal to 1, means if there is any object, in that case, there is no object, in that case GPIO dot output GPIO dot output 5 comma GPIO dot low. That means that if there is no object, the buzzer will be off, else the buzzer will be on. So I will copy this. It will be high in case if there is an object. Okay, now this is complete. Okay, now let's go. First of all, save it. So I will save it as IR sensor name. IR sensor. Okay. Now I will run this. Okay. So here you are seeing that it is 1. Now I am creating an ingress. Yeah, you are getting 0. That means there is an object in front of the IR sensor. I will show you. Okay, so hold on. Here you can see if there is no object, we are getting 1 as an output, and if there is an object, for example, here I am putting 9. Yeah. So whenever I am creating an object in front of the IR sensor, it is beeping, otherwise it is not. Beeping, it is not. Okay, clear? Okay, thank you very much.